Hey everyone, Brian here. Are you guys ready for round 3 of our little bonus episodes escapades? I sure am. If you're interested in getting a story read out randomly in a bonus episode or maybe a full-length one, check our subreddit, which you can find in the description below. And leave some stories on there for us to take a goosey gander at. Same goes if you want to leave a comment. That works too. Anyway, on with today's one-off. The birth of a new campaign type, the Revolver campaign. This is a story submitted by Mr. Psychro, O with a 0, not with an O. I have loved D&D for years, but only played it every so often. Yet one day I was inspired to take a seat in the DM chair for the first time when I was playing a game called VR Chat, oh god, and found worlds in which people could play D&D on. When I found out a bunch of my friends on there loved D&D, I suggested to DM for them and got to work on making a one-shot. The one-shot was supposed to happen under the following. My players were to start at level 5 and be already established in an adventurer's guild within the city. The party were as follows: a proportionally correct little person tiefling bard, a tiefling monk, a dragonborn ranger with fey hawk companion, a warforged bard, and a drow warlock who, for backstory purposes, thought he was a sorcerer. They were tasked by the guild master to find a highly praised member of the guild named Paladin Lance, who had been missing for close to 2 months when he went on a mission to find out why people were disappearing in a forest north of the city, as well as 2 other members called the Axum twins who went missing while going to look for Lance. Now, here's where the fun began. As part of this one-shot, and as my first time DMing, I wanted to make sure that everyone was enjoying themselves and really got into the roles they made. So, once the mission was given, I gave them control of what they wanted to do next. They wanted to get information from around the town about where these 3 disappeared to. To make a long story short, for the rest of the session, they didn't even leave the city, as all kinds of events took place within the city that I had to improvise on the spot. After starting a drinking party in a tavern, while picking everyone's pocket they could, a rousing time of questioning the associates at the brothel, as well as figuring out the logistics of their previous 3-day stay with the many associates at said brothel to find out how much they owed, which led them to subsequently having to stop by a magic shop for a potion of lesser restoration to fight off the poisons that affected them, to attempting to get into the higher-end Celestial District to stay the night before heading off on the quest tomorrow. The session was already taken care of. Was I upset by all the sidetracking? Not at all. Could I have been a little more forceful to edge to the party, to get to the task at hand? Maybe, but that was the beauty of the situation I was in. I had players who thought of what they wanted to do and just went with it. I was glad to have these players so involved. It was at the end of the session that I reminded everyone that we could try to get it done the next session, as this was supposed to be a one-shot. And that's when I heard the best thing from one of my players. Hey, I mean, we can just do as many shots as it takes to get it done. Oh, I know, we can call it a Revolver campaign. You know, since you get a bunch of shots and a revolver, but still a low count of them, you know? I was so excited to hear this, and so were the others as they wanted more. During these short stints, here are the highlights. The party discovered a seemingly abandoned house deep in the woods to find a little modified version of a blink dog protecting the body of its long-dead elven master, who, with fantastic rolls by the tiefling monk, managed to convince the creature that not only did they mean no harm, but they wanted to help take care of its former master. With a proper burial and a proper night's rest in the house, the blink dog joined the team with the monk as its new master. They then, the next day, fought a swarm of dire rats in a marsh-like area of the forest with a surprising twist. Had any of them been in a certain spot on a random chance, or the use of a spell that could have been as a source of ignition, a pillar of fire would erupt from the ground. That's right, I made a Princess Bride reference, hell yeah dude. The funniest moment was when the edgelord drow warlock, who thought the party has nothing more than meat shields, gets attacked by the rats, with 2 of them attacking at his legs and sticking there, Ace Ventura style, with the 3rd rat scoring a critical, and with that, attacked, well, down there, the dangly bits. He was still standing surprisingly and called out for help after he managed to kill the 2 rats on his legs, leaving the other one still, hanging around on the dingleberries. The Dragonborn Ranger heeded the call for help and rushed over to attempt to kill the rat with a blow to the head. After a great damage roll but a poor dexterity check to aim the blow as it was a called shot, the excess in damage transferred to the drow's Underdark. proceeding to knock the drow into unconsciousness and infertility. They did really well on survival and investigation checks after a long while of treading through the thickest parts of the forest. They found what appeared to be a mausoleum with skeletal guards posted. Unfortunately, that's as far as we got as complications from the real-world effect of people's attendance, but nonetheless, I was happy to have such a fun time with my party. I was glad to have my first time as DM go so well, and I'm looking forward to shooting more shots in the future. Oh, I hope you guys and gals like this conveniently titled one-shot story read. If you did, then make sure to leave a like, and if you're new here, consider subscribing as it definitely helps. If you'd like to leave a story, then you're always welcome to in the comments or on our subreddit, and just so you know, we are always reading them, and we're always looking for the next great chain of stories for a main video. So, if you have an idea for a topic that you think would be a damn big hit, hey, put it on our subreddit. We'll be sure to get around to it sometime. That said, thank you for all the love and support, and please stay safe out there in these troubling times, alright? I hope y'all are doing well anyway, but I want you to know we're all in it together, and we'll all be here when the sunshine peeks through the clouds after. And trust me, where there are clouds, there's always gonna be that sunshine. So don't worry, just be happy, be safe, and we will see you next time. Bye for now.